Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Unity of Command 2, Blitzkrieg, the first DLC pack for Unity of Command 2. The base game of Unity of Command 2 came out, was like a year ago or so, and allowed you to play through World War II on the Western Allied side in the campaign. The Blitzkrieg DLC adds a German campaign of 25 scenarios, 13 historical battles that span Poland, Norway, the Low Countries, France, and a hypothetical invasion of the British Isles. This is part number 3 in our Let's Play series. It's a little bit of a longer video. It is the main offensive out of sort of central and southern Germany into Poland from Army Group South, and this is the final battle in the Polish campaign before our next conference. This was taken from a live stream for my Twitch channel from a couple of days ago, and with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and step aside, turn it over to my live streamy self, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. And then I guess we'll go with the Polish plan. So we've got the Polish plan, which is going to be Army Group A. That's our more upgraded Army Group. It's got artillery, suppressive fire options, and feint attack options already upgraded. It's got level 10 range for its supply trucks. This is a 12-turn scenario. It's going to be a longer scenario, probably a more challenging scenario. Hamish, every time I see your name in chat, by the way, I think of... isn't there a Hamish character in We the People? Or not We the People. We the Revolution. The Polish plan. Scenario briefing. OKW dispatch. This is it. The main axis of attack into Poland. You have under your command the bulk of combat-ready Wehrmacht formations. Among these are our most mobile troops, Panzer motorized, and the new experimental Licht divisions. See to it that the latter are not needlessly bloodied. Should they prove too weak for their role, they will be converted into full Panzer divisions in the future. Your main goal is to link up with Heeresgruppe Nord east of Warsaw, but if you spot any opportunity to take the city on the march, then do not hesitate. Do we lose northern Warsaw now that... where is Warsaw anyway? Oh, we're driving north. That's the confusion. The orientation is different. Oh, the map ends there, so. Okay. So this is a much bigger scenario, as you can see. We have 5 objectives. Krakow, Lutz, Buzira, Radom, and Przemysl. You can see the map is much larger. We have a lot more units on hand. I think the Lechta divisions are assault gun divisions, I believe. You can see we have many more armored formations. Presumably the enemy is going to be much stronger as well. We also do have precision bombing as one of our units there, so the Stukas. Let's see here. What is the general thrust of the advance going to be? These troops in the south here need to drive out of the mountains and take Krakow. Przemysl is also to the east. That's another objective we need to take. So probably this formation here of these 2 panzers and these 3 infantry divisions drive north, take Krakow, then drive east along the rail line to take Przemysl. There are no other objectives. There is a secondary objective at Lublin. Meanwhile, these troops here will probably drive east, take Katowice immediately, and then split into 2 formations, one heading toward Lutz and Berzia, the other along this railway line to the east to take Radom and maybe drive north to take Warsaw. Seems pretty ambitious if it thinks we can take Lutz by turn 5 way up here, but maybe there's more space between us and the enemy. You can see we do have some reserves that'll be coming online as well. Do we have reserves to deploy, like steps and HQ reserves? I doubt it, seeing as all these troops are fresh now. These guys haven't been used before. Alright, so I think we'll just end the turn and go. We do have trucks available. What's the supply situation look like? These guys should all be in supply, right? To start. These guys won't be, but I don't want to waste a truck for one unit. All these guys will be in supply. They will. So we'll just go from there. All right. Yep, this is happening simultaneous with the northern campaign, I would assume. Hamish. No, so these two, the scenario, the last scenario said it starts on September 1st, and so did this scenario. So, all right, let's get some recon out here. Okay. All right, these guys are dug in, and they're on my axis of advance. Oh, precision bombing lets us destroy depots and bridges, I guess. Okay. God damn it. We get a breach, but not an overrun there. We get an overrun with those boys, though. All right, so that'll keep those guys in supply, right? Because they're going to be on the railway line. It does. Good. Okay. Gotta move these troops through the mountains. That kind of sucks. Do we have a card we can use? We do have an extra tactical air unit. I'm gonna use that in this. Okay. Ugh, I lost a lot of troops there. Attack there, get the overrun. I've got such bad recon. Like, I don't... What's the supply situation? So those guys are going to be out of supply. Might be able to drive forward and take that supply depot. Okay. Are these guys going to be in supply? They're not, so we'll deploy a depot here to keep them in supply. Trying to keep this offensive moving as much as I can. Do we have new reinforcements coming online? We do. Where do they deploy? Only in the north. Lame. Alright, I need more troops in the south is where I need them. I'm hoping maybe these Polish troops will pull off the border a little bit. All right. Okay. We can hit their depot here, so I guess we'll do that. It'll destroy their depot, actually. So that should help with their supply situation next turn. And we'll see how this plays out. So they are pulling off the border, at least one of those units in the south. Generally speaking, it looks like they're pulling back. Turn 2's your favorite turn, Arrow? Why? Alright, we have some recon here. Okay. We'll take that depot. We'll destroy these guys, or nearly destroy them. Those guys get back into supply because we take the enemy depot. Okay. Okay, so let's do some bombardments here. These guys are in the open, so I assume we should be effective against them. A little bit. Not as effective as I'd liked. Would have liked. This armor will flank those guys on that rail line. Infantry will then overrun them. Get a 0 to 4 there. Nice. Get 0 to 4 and an overrun, so we can attack twice. 0 to 2 there. Use our second air unit here to keep the pressure up as we move on Lutz. 0 to 2 there. All right. How are these guys still in supply here? I don't understand that. Shit. Alright, that front line's still going to be in supply. These guys are not. Alright, I'll withdraw this supply depot. It doesn't look like it'll change anything there. We'll move this north to support the attack there next turn. I don't want to attack 1-to-1 there. I'm going to cut Krakow from the rear. Okay. All right, these guys should definitely be out of supply next turn then. I don't like frontal assaults without good odds. Ah, crap. Right, 0 to 2, I'll take that. Drive on Redon this way. They should still be in supply. They're on the railroad. All right, those guys on the railroad too? They are. Nice. So that ties up our logistical situation there in a nice bow, or almost a nice bow. Okay. I think we need to move the headquarters unit forward a little bit, so let's do that. I'd like to keep it on a railway, but that... Alright, so if we move it here, it looks like it keeps our northern troops in contact. Those guys already moved. Moving on Lutz with this armored formation here. Gonna wait until these guys are a little bit worse supply situation-wise. Okay. Alright, now I think we have more... We do have more divisions that are coming online today. So actually, I'm going to... deploy some new troops here. Why are they all deploying in the same city? I don't want them all here. I would like some troops to deploy in the south, in the mountains, but it's not giving me that option. Alright. Okay, we'll end the turn. I don't like that so many of like the special air attacks are only available, it seems like, turn 1. That's unfortunate. Okay, they're digging in there. Krakow actually still has supply from the railroad on the other side of the river, it looks like. These guys should be in supply now, right? No? There's no supply to that railway? Oh, I need to destroy these guys down here. I'll get them this turn. Now that'll bring supply north, right? Yes. Okay. That's good. Okay. Hit these guys in the open in front of Lutz. Do no damage. Great. Not what I was hoping for. Guess I'll take some armor casualties. Not what I wanted to do. Man, these guys are holding damn strong. Okay. Actually... Alright, overrun. Okay. What did we get there? Oh, I'll take the free artillery suppression. Take those prisoners. We'll do a feint here, reduce their support. them out of Krakow. Take the objective. Swing around to the rear of the enemy so we can cut off their supply in this rail line. Take those prisoners, drive these guys back, or at least nearly destroy them. My guys are out of supply. Get them back on the railway there. We'll get a 0 out of 2. Alright, so these guys are all completely cut off, and they'll start dying in the next turn or two. I don't want to divert myself too much from my objective, so I think we'll keep driving these guys north. I think those guys are going to be... Oh, they're still going to have supply. Keep driving east here. These guys are on their way toward random. Who knows if there's any Polish units that might cut the rail line here for this armored formation moving on random. But we are moving that way. Okay, so successful attack there. All right, I'm going to start pulling some of these rear supply depots back. It doesn't meaningfully impact my troops on the front. It'll give me more ability to push ourselves forward. So we'll deploy a depot here? No. Deploy a depot here? Yes. Okay. Alright, where are those other... We need to take Primzel over here in the east. Lutz by turn 5. This is turn 3. We're making progress toward Lutz. We'll probably have it by 5. Bzura by 5 also. That may be a little bit tougher to accomplish. All right, we'll keep most of our troops in contact with our HQ. Go ahead and deploy new troops to the front. They're both coming in here in the north. Not sure if that opens up rail supply. Looks like it might come on the map over here. Or no, it comes through those other guys. All right. In any event, I think that's going to do it for this turn. And we'll move forward to the next turn. Arrow, I'm not sure about War in the Pacific. I mean, my multiplayer game's kind of on hold at the moment. XTRG has been preoccupied with some other things, to be totally frank. Nice pockets. Gotta love them. The Blitzkrieg's all about those pockets, right? Take those prisoners. Attack there. Working behind the enemy. Alright, we'll do one bombardment here. We'll get one support damage there. We'll do a feint here. Okay, we get the overrun. Attack again, get another overrun. Not gonna attack there. Nice. So we drive north, take their depot and 2 of their supply vehicles. Okay. We'll deploy a depot here to support that northern offensive. Keep these guys in supply up there. Alright, tomorrow's turn 5, so it's unlikely that we're going to get Bazura and Lutz both tomorrow. At least doesn't seem to look that way. Alright, we'll attack this enemy cavalry there with a 0-2, drive them back. Swing in behind. Really need to take it this turn. But, I mean, maybe if we hit him with air. We get 1 KIA. Great, they're set to no retreat. Oh, well, we might wipe them out anyway. No, maybe not. No one else can move there, huh? Well, these guys can drive east. In theory, that links some of these guys up, but one of those units is going to be out of supply. This unit can drive forward here, take that. Keep those guys on the railway, I think. No, apparently we can't. God damn it. Ugh. I can't get them up far enough to take those positions. Huh. Alright. We might be able to take Lutz tomorrow, although they are heavily dug in. Do we have any recon over that way? Use a card to get me some recon. Yeah, okay. Random we have till turn 7, so we're actually doing okay there. Zero to 4. Mopping up operations. 0 to 2, overrun. We'll let those guys sit without supplies for one more turn. Keep these guys on the railways. The infantry really has trouble keeping up. Not exactly surprising, per se. But we need to drive east on Premzel. That's my axis of advance is not really focusing on that all that much. 0 to 5, 0 to 3. Alright, these guys have supply, right? Yes. Okay. There's a lot of enemy infantry around here. They could, in theory, move forward here to hit our depot. So let's swing this way. All right. these guys will be out of supply level 2 tomorrow. So, and I think these guys will be completely out, so we should be able to finish them off. Meanwhile, we do have one more infantry division that just came online, exactly where I wanted it to as well, in the south. So we'll have 3 infantry divisions swinging east toward Przemysl. I'm not sure what the Polish have out that way. Radom. Okay. We'll see what happens. Turn number 5. They're continuing to give ground in our front, although not at Lutz, which makes sense. They're heavily dug in. They're digging it in front of our path in Radom. Yeah, Arrow, letting the infantry to clean up the pockets, probably a good idea. Grox Trinidad, by the way, thank you for the follow. I know that was like an hour ago, but I don't think I thanked you. Okay, so... Okay, so those prisoners are ours. Your prisoners become ours. Do we have recon over Bazura? It is held, so we will not accomplish that secondary. Frosting Demon, thank you very much for the follow. Let's go ahead and bomb Lutz. Get 2 support damage there. We'll go ahead and launch a feint. Alright, let's go ahead and bomb it again, I guess. To no effect. Do any of my units here have the ability to do anything? I can't even bombard them. I don't have the right unit types. Okay. These guys can pull back. I really don't want to take those casualties. I'll take the infantry casualties there, I guess. Take those prisoners, advance this way. Okay. Do we have supply up there? We do. Okay, I'm gonna need to put another depot further forward. Some of these depots are way far in the rear. They're not feeding anything at the moment. Okay. We'll get 2 more depots tomorrow. Alright, we'll keep pushing along this railway east toward Przemysl. Looks like this headquarter unit, whatever it is out of supply or out of contact or something. Alright, we got a 0 to 2 here, so we'll attack there. We'll breach and drive them back. These guys will move forward toward the depot. They'll attack there, knock those guys back, or destroy them, actually. And we're coming up on Radom. So we're gonna win this. We probably won't get all the gold stars that we would like. But I'm pretty confident this battle will be a win. I know we're only technically halfway through it. But is there anybody back here who needs this supply? Nope. So we'll have 3 depots to push forward next turn. Gold stars are for suckers. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of important, but, you know, whatever. So to get the Warsaw Achievement, you need to take it and hold it by turn 9. That probably won't happen. So I don't know what it means if you take North Warsaw, but not Warsaw, in terms of the bonus objectives. I guess we'll see. Some reinforcements on the south. They're engineering up Warsaw. Radom's losing its depot. I need to move my headquarter forward. Well, we'll wait to do that, actually. Can we bombard or feint or anything? No. Nice. So we took Bazura, which is one of our primary objectives. Okay, they didn't die? Alright, we'll get that. We'll get an overrun. Pull this armor back, move this infantry forward. That should give us supply lines all along that railway. It does. They got a 1-to-1 there attack on the city. Somehow, alright, 0 to 2, 2 to 1, 0 to 2, and we wiped him out. Alright, so load Caesars. Alright, so supply should feed all the way up that rail line. Okay. Alright, so we've taken all but Radom and Primzel. Let's bomb the hell out of this. Yeah, and I'm going to swing in behind to cut their supply. It's going to cut my own supply, but I think I can deploy a depot along this rail line that'll put us in good shape. So we'll put a level 2 depot forward here to support that advance. So Radom, I think, will be out of supply tomorrow. Now it definitely will, because I just cut this roadway south from Warsaw. Meanwhile, Primzel's the one assault that might be under strength here. Although doesn't look like there's a lot of enemy troops in front of us. Maybe on the flanks there's a couple of infantry units here. They could try and go toward Rostov and cut us off. I guess we'll pull back there. So we are driving on Primzel on a shoestring advance, but we're doing it. Meanwhile, the troops in across the river from Krakow are completely combat ineffective. So we just took that, so the supplies will move along that railway unhindered from that point on. So now we will have a lot more strength headed toward Primzel, now that we've taken care of the Krakow pocket. Again, it feels like I've got way more troops than I need. I'm not sure how strong Warsaw is. Let's do this. Let's deploy a depot here to support the offensive on Warsaw. I think these guys are all going to be... Well, they're drawing from a depot here. I don't know if they get supply coming down from the north. Okay, we'll take Rada tomorrow, which will be turn 7. It'll still be the bonus there for that, and then Primzel probably won't fall by turn 8, depending on how light they are. Yeah, I feel like aircraft doesn't play a big enough... Whoa, that counterattack against my armor there was surprisingly effective. They also drove me off that... Fuck! They drove me off that rail line. Fortunately, because I deployed the depot where I did, I think we'll still be in supply. And they just took that depot over here, or this crossroad. That railway tie that supplied 4 hexes. Or at least it connected to 4 hexes. We'll have to see what that means. Yep, that entire northern formation is out of supply. Well, that's the one thing the AI is pretty decent at. Pound these guys with air. Shit. They're a strong formation. I'm gonna have to use 2 air units there. Didn't even do anything. Alright, we'll take Bruza. That'll, I think, help our supply situation on some of these units. In theory. Maybe not. Do they not have anything in Warsaw? Well, they do have 1 unit there. Retreat, 1 KIA. Retreat, 1 KIA. Alright, we retook that objective. Cornered. Overrun. What's the supply situation? These guys are still out of supply. Alright, those guys are all going to be out of supply for 2 turns next turn, but so will all these Polish units here. The main thing I need to do is drive these guys out of Kutno. Because once I do that, I'll relink this rail line up here. Incisor 13, thank you very much for the follow. Frosting Demon, I think I already thanked you, but thank you again for the follow. Okay. Alright, Radom is completely surrounded now. Nice. Level up veteran. Alright, so we've driven as far south as Primzel now. I'm going to try and take that supply depot if they don't move it. So these guys are going to be out of supply, but that's okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to pull... Whoops. Undo that. I'm going to pull this depot out. There's no troops using it. The rail line still keeps supply. Is this feeding anything? No, not needed anyway. So we'll have 2 depots that are pulling forward to try and support these advances. It'll be turn number 8, so we still can take several other objectives by this turn. Radom we didn't take in time for the major victory, but that's okay. Primzel we probably won't either, given how dug in they are. Not really sure that they can move much. Doesn't look like they did. They might have dropped one of their depots in the south. They didn't. Alright, so I'll take that. Gonna try and get on the rail lines to the rear of Primzel to flank them out of their position. Meanwhile, we're gonna deploy a depot here. We'll deploy it a little bit further forward if it means getting some of those units into supply. Radom is completely out of supply, so they're still dug in, but you can see it just took one kind of costly attack before they were finished. Meanwhile, the attack on Warsaw continues. Continuing to wear them down slowly. It's bloody, but it's worth the seizing of the objective, I think. We can't take it till tomorrow. Meanwhile, why can't I move into this hex? I don't... I'll disband that enemy unit. These guys are out of supply, so I can attack a little bit more effectively against them. Alright, there you have it. So that should link everybody back up into supply. Not some of these units, but we can get them further south where they'll be in supply. So everybody should be in supply there now. Alright. Katumo should be completely out of supply tomorrow. Turn number 9, we should also take Warsaw. Did we take all the... just Primzel, right? That's the only one we still have to take? Yep. Nice! We'll take Lublin, which is a secondary objective and gives us a bunch of stuff. Okay. So Primzel's it. That's the fortress town that we need to take. I think we need to move our headquarter unit down there if we can. Where is it anyway? It's way in the rear. I've not been doing a good job of keeping that forward. So I can't do any like the special suppression attacks or anything like that on Premzel. So the best hope for us is just hitting it with air. So we knock 4 of its support down. This is going to be bloody. We're going to take more casualties than I'd like. My initial thought was like, why don't we just wait till we flank it out of its supplies? But that was going to take too long. So there you have it. Premzel's ours. All the major objectives are ours. Warsaw by turn 9. Luo by turn 9. Luo's out this way. We might have a chance at that. Probably not. I don't think we can get there next turn. Not with our supply situation. Well, maybe this truck can drive that way, although I think the enemy's in the way. Up that depot. All right. Okay. Those guys will all be in supply tomorrow. So move forward to turn number 9, and this may be the last turn in the battle. Command's overrated. I'm sure the lads will handle it. Hopefully. All right, they just destroyed this bridge. That's an odd decision, as I would think it would leave them with no supply. Sometimes the AI is really good at destroying bridges that will impede your advance, but I don't think that's the case for these guys down here. This just cuts their... Well, they still have supply from the east, but why? I've got no troops approaching from that direction. Yeah, I don't understand that. All right, Warsaw's ours. Another enemy headquarters disbanded. Getting experience, destroying enemy units, getting prisoners. Those guys are going to be out of supply tomorrow. All right, let's pound these guys with air. Hopefully we'll accomplish something. Not sure it's worth the casualties we lose there. Well, we'll take Lul tomorrow, but that's going to be too late. So, unfortunately, we won't get there in time. So we'll fail on one secondary objective, but that should be the battle. Yeah, the supply line mechanic is the entire... I wouldn't say... it's the differentiator for the game. But you can see there we took all of the objectives. We took all but one of the secondary objectives. We took some of them by the required advanced turns. We didn't take others. No gold star here, no major victory. We get a 271 score, 32 enemy KIA, 69 prisoners. Nice. 35 losses of our own, so almost double the worst casualties of the first two battles. But we had a lot more units to draw down from too. So overall, I think that was a pretty good victory there. You can see here it finishes the first period of the game. We've got 545 prestige in reserve. That will end the first phase, and we'll move to the next conference. And so at this point now we can use a precision bombing card. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get the HE-111 card. I'm going to get a naval bombardment card, and I'm going to get an extra supply. So we'll have one recon, one naval bombardment card, and we'll spend a fair bit of prestige there on those new cards. We have a new headquarters to draw from for the Scandinavian front, if we so choose. And now we have a choice. We can do the historical track, which will bring us into Norway, or we can do the early attack on France, and try for a sea lion operation. So we'll probably do the early attack on France. It does cost 50 prestige to do that, but essentially this is our option to switch to a different strategic plan and go down the alternate historical route before the drive on Norway, which would then open up a sea lion operation. So I think that's what we're going to do. But that'll be something that we witness in our next episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I know I am. I think these battles have been pretty interesting so far. Not too challenging. We're set on normal difficulties, so not anything overwhelming. But, yeah, we'll see how things play out in our next episode. Until next episode, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'm out.